Hello the internet and welcome. So today, in the interest of filming more frequently, I am going to be doing an eye look with some Igneous Cosmetics products. It's an indie brand that I found thanks to Camille, PinkBabyG, and I have been loving them, but I picked up some eyeshadows, a couple of highlighters, and one of their little cases. So this is the size of their smallest case, and as you can see they had foam, and it'll hold, you can do 6, 26 millimeters, and various combinations of 26 and I believe 37, 36, something. It's whatever pan size they use. Anywho, I have not done anything to my face, just skincare, because I haven't experienced much fallout with these shadows, but better safe than sorry. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Concealer to prime my eyes, because lately I've been having a problem with literally everything staining my lids. And at this point it has to be a me problem, because eyeshadows that I never had a problem with before are staining my lids, and I don't know what's up with that. Okay, so lids are primed. I'm going to be going in to the shade Marigold with the Go Tools Angled Crease Brush. Okay, so nice and yellow. I think next up I will go with the shade Cornflower, and I will once again be using the angled crease brush. Not a whole lot of variation, but I'm going to be concentrating this color on the outer corner only. Okay, so you can see some fallout. What I've noticed about these shadows is that they are a little powdery, but it's not excessive. They're not what I would consider dry, but they are a little powdery. I do appreciate how well they blend together. Like, these would be an example of eyeshadows that blend themselves. So I'm having to be really careful about placement, because if you can see, they love to mix together. They love to mix together. So depending on what shades you get and what sort of look you're trying to achieve, careful placement is key. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my lid with the shade Green Sapphire. This was actually like a free gift and add-on that came with orders over a certain dollar amount. Okay, so I have not foiled this eyeshadow. My brush is dry, and the color payoff is really impressive. There is some fallout, but I mean, if I had wet my brush, that probably wouldn't be an issue. The big difference between the matte shadows and the shimmer shadows is, like with most brands and most makeup, it just feels like the shimmers are smoother. The powder clings to itself a little more readily. I don't make eyeshadow, so I'm not entirely sure what the formula difference is between a shimmer shadow and a matte shadow, but just my observation, these are really nice. They're creamy. They're adhering really well. Like I said, not a wet brush, and I think that this looks pretty awesome. So I'm going to do the other eye and add some random color to my lower lash line. Okay, so I am done. I think I have the eyes to where I want them. I've built up the blue quite a bit. I will leave you finish my face and then show you the finished look, But before I do that, I will insert a picture, show you the difference between the two matte shades that I have. So Marigold, it looks, for the most part, untouched. It looks pristine. It's gorgeous. Versus Cornflower, which is already got like a divot in it. It's just it's so much more powdery than Marigold is. So I don't know what the difference in formula is between the lighter yellow shade and the darker blue, but whatever that difference is the difference between when I'm going to hit pan on these, because I guarantee I like the color Cornflower, but I've used these the same amount. I haven't used one pan more than the other, and I am going to end up hitting pan on Cornflower way faster than Marigold or any of the shimmer shades that I got. So I guess a little bit of inconsistency between the matte formulas is kind of a concern for me, but again, I do love how they apply. They pretty much blend themselves. I'm overall very happy with this purchase when it comes to eyeshadows, and I didn't share the blushes or the highlighters. One is a highlighter, one is like a highlighter slash blush topper. I didn't show those. I will show those when I'm done with my face, but overall I love the products that I got. I just do think that there's some inconsistency between the two matte formulas, obviously, or I wouldn't have a divot in Cornflower when Marigold is still pristine. So with that, I will leave you for a moment, do my face, and pop back in here all pretty and stuff. What was I doing? Okay. So, putting on my face and coming right back turned into putting on my face and doing like 10 hours of other stuff and coming back. So this is kind of an impromptu wear test, as well as like here, look at my eye look and review thing. Anywho, if you will see, everything held up pretty well with the eye look. I will insert a picture. I was wearing falsies initially. I am not now because screw that noise. Anywho, so final thoughts. I did get a number of these shadows from Igneous Cosmetics. The mattes are a lot more powdery than the shimmers. That being said, a lot of the fallout that I was dealing with earlier did come from the green shade. So, I don't know. Do your eyes first, I guess. Overall, I'm happy with the formula. They have worn really, really well. There's a little bit of fading when it comes to how pigmented they are, but no real creasing, no real patchiness. So, good performance, ultimately. And the highlight that I said that I would show. If you can see, I'm all glowy. This is the blush highlight. This one is Lavender Fluorite. It's eye and face safe. It's very glowy. I've noticed I have this and South Sea Pearl are the two highlighters that I got, and they're more of like a subtle glow than like a strobing or blinding highlight, and I kind of prefer that. I like to glow, but I don't necessarily need to be seen from space. So if you're someone who wants to be seen from space, this might not be the right highlighter formula for you, but I very much enjoy it. And I also have it on my inner corners and just around my face as a highlight. Again, really enjoy the soft glow. This one is a little bit dark for me. I believe that's why it's referred to as like more of a blush highlight as opposed to just a highlighter. Of course, if you have a darker skin tone, it's gonna look brilliant on you. So that is pretty much it. That concludes the putting on the makeup impromptu wear test review thing of the eyeshadows and highlight and the brush set. Yay! hope that you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.